Hey everyone, it's been a while, and I, a 27-year-old guy, feel it's time to open up about the whirlwind my life has become. Buckle up, because this is a story of heartbreak, clarity, and taking back control. I thought I was on the path to marrying my soulmate, Tara, a 26-year-old woman I'd been with for 4 years. We seemed rock solid, or so I believed. Looking back, I'm stunned I didn't catch the signs earlier. Tara and I crossed paths at a friend's birthday bash, connected through a mutual acquaintance. She was witty, bold, and had this straightforward vibe I found magnetic. I'd had relationships before, but none clicked like this. We meshed fast, moving in together after just a year. Our lives synced up perfectly, shared goals about careers, marriage, and one day starting a family. She was a freelance graphic artist, and I managed projects for a tech company, so our schedules aligned. Life wasn't flashy, but it was good. We'd been tossing around the idea of marriage for a while, and last year I popped the question. Nothing over the top, just a cozy dinner at home. Tara seemed over the moon. Tears, hugs, the whole deal. That evening, we dreamed up our future. An autumn wedding, a small guest list, and a picturesque lakeside venue. Everything felt like it was falling into place. Or so I thought. The warning signs started small, subtle enough that I brushed them off. Tara's excitement for wedding planning fizzled out after a few months. At first, she was all in, sharing mood boards, browsing dresses, debating whether I liked lilies or peonies for the tables. Then it just stopped. I'd ask, "Hey, have you picked your bridesmaids?" And she'd dodge with, "I'm still mulling it over." Same with her dress, the cake, the music. Every decision we'd been hyped about became something she'd push off. "Plenty of time," she'd say. The wedding started feeling like an afterthought. I chalked it up to stress. Planning a wedding is a lot, right? Plus, Tara was swamped with work. I figured she'd come around. What I didn't see was that her lack of interest wasn't about the wedding. It was about us. The real wake-up call hit during a night out with friends. We were playing one of those silly social media games where you answer personal questions without cracking a smile or judging. It was lighthearted until someone asked, if you could relive one past relationship, which one? Without hesitation, Tara blurted, "Probably Jake." The room froze. Jake, her college ex, who'd cheated on her. She laughed it off, saying, "Not that I'd want to, it's just a big part of my past." I wanted to call her out right there, but with friends around, I held back. Later, alone, I brought it up. "What's with the Jake comment? Why him?" She brushed it off like it was nothing. "It's just a dumb game, Ethan. Don't overthink it," she said with a smile, changing the topic. I didn't push, not wanting to spark a fight over something that might have been trivial, but it stuck with me. After that, her behavior became harder to ignore. She was glued to her phone, smirking at texts. She started giving vague excuses for bailing on plans. "Work's piling up," or "I promised my mom I'd visit." The reasons weren't outright suspicious, but they added up. I felt like I was slipping down her priority list. Then came the Friday night that changed everything. I got home early, eager for a chill evening with Tara, maybe order takeout and binge a show. But the vibe was off. She was on the couch, laptop open, staring blankly. "Hey, I'm home," I said, trying to lighten the mood. "You're early," she replied, like it was a problem. I shrugged it off and started prepping dinner, but the silence in the house was heavy. Normally she'd ask about my day or share hers. Tonight? Nothing. Finally, I turned and asked, "Everything okay?" She closed her laptop, looked at me and said, "We need to talk." My stomach dropped. You know that feeling when you sense something awful coming but can't stop it? That was me, standing there like a fool with a spatula in hand. I sat across from her. "Okay," I said, "what's going on?" She hesitated, then let it out. "I've been thinking about us, and about Jake." I almost laughed from disbelief. "Jake, are you serious? What about him?" She bit her lip, avoiding my eyes. "I think I need some time to figure things out. I want a break to see if there's still something there with him." I was floored. "You want a break to date your ex? Tara, we're engaged," she rushed to explain. "It's not like that. I just need to know if I'm making the right choice with you. If it doesn't work out, I'll come back, I promise." That's when it hit me, her audacity. She expected me to wait while she tested the waters with Jake. Something shifted inside me. I didn't yell or lose it. I just stared at her, wondering how I'd missed this. I stayed calm. "So what does this break mean to you?" My voice was steadier than I felt. She sat up like she'd rehearsed this. "I think we need space to sort things out. I'll see if my feelings for Jake are real, and you can reflect on us too." I couldn't believe her nerve. "Wait," I said, leaning forward. "You're saying you need to date your ex, but I'm supposed to reflect on us. That's twisted." She sighed, like I was the unreasonable one. "It's not about you messing up, Ethan. It's about me figuring out what I need." Her words were so polished, like she'd planned this. "You know this is crazy, right?" I said. "You don't just pause your fiancé to go play What If with a guy who treated you like trash." Her face hardened. "I'm not asking permission, Ethan. I'm telling you what I need." That hit differently. I wasn't just hurt, I was furious. I started pacing to cool off. "So what, Tara? You're just going to pack a bag and head to Jake's? That's your plan?" "No," she snapped. "I don't know what it looks like yet, but I need clarity before we move forward. I owe it to myself." "You owe it to yourself," I shot back, letting out a bitter laugh. "What about what you owe me? We're engaged, Tara. We're building a life together, and now you're saying I'm not good enough until you test drive your ex?" "I never said you weren't good enough," she said, her voice rising. "But if we're spending our lives together, I need to be sure. And right now, I'm not." That was the gut punch. After 4 years, she wasn't sure about me. She didn't see how absurd her request was. She thought I'd wait while she chased her doubts. I stopped pacing and looked at her. "Fine," I said, voice flat. "Take your break." She blinked, caught off guard by my agreement. "Ethan, I'm not trying to hurt you, I just need space." I nodded, keeping my face neutral. "If that's what you need?" She hesitated, expecting me to fight. When I didn't, she stood, grabbed her laptop and said, "I'll stay at my mum's for a bit. This isn't permanent. We'll talk soon." "Sure," I said simply. And she looked at me, unsure, then went to the bedroom. I heard her packing. Minutes later, the front door clicked shut. She was gone, probably thinking I'd wait and stew. She had no idea I was done playing her game. My buddy Nate called later. "She's going to come crawling back when Jake flops, you know," he said. He was right. I wasn't going to sit idle. This wasn't about revenge. It was about taking my life back. First, the house. Tara acted like it was ours, gushing over her decor choices, but it's in my name. I pay the mortgage. Monday morning, I called a realtor. They checked out the place, and we listed it immediately. The market's hot and buyers were already circling. Tara has no clue. She probably thinks I'm moping in our home, waiting for her to decide. Next, I started untangling her from my life. Those cheesy live laugh love signs she loved, tossed, her fancy throw pillows, donated, her clothes and stuff she left behind. I boxed them up, but I got strategic. Instead of dropping them at her mum's, I hired movers. They delivered everything with a note. "Here's your stuff. Best of luck with Jake." Petty, maybe, but I call it efficient. She wanted space, she's got it. Friends started asking questions. Instead of playing the victim or bad-mouthing her, I kept it simple. Tara wanted to explore things with her ex before committing. I decided I'm not a backup plan. People's reactions were telling. No drama, just the truth. And the narrative shifted fast. I also made moves at work, applying for a transfer to our West Coast office, something I'd been eyeing for a while. If the house sells and I get the job, I'm starting fresh across the country. Tara tried texting me, starting with casual "hope you're okay" messages, then panicking when she realized I was moving on. When her mum got the boxes, she lost it. "What are you doing? Why are you acting like we're done?" I replied, "Because we are, Tara. You made your choice, now I'm making mine." She sobbed, saying she just needed time, that I was overreacting, that this wasn't what she meant by a break. "What did you expect?" I asked. "That I'd wait while you tested your ex? That's not how this works." She begged. "What if I realize you're the one?" I said, "Then you'll learn not to take people for granted," and hung up. The weirdest part, I'm not angry anymore, I feel free. Every step, packing, planning, feels like reclaiming myself. Nate noticed it too. "You're different," he said. "Sharper." He's right. When Tara dropped her bomb about Jake, I thought my world was crumbling. Now I see it was just a fake reality breaking apart. I've got more plans, but I'll save them for later. For now, know this. When someone treats you like an option, sometimes the best response is to remove yourself from their equation entirely. Thanks for the support on my last post. Things have heated up and I've got more to share. I got the West Coast job, perfect timing. The house is under contract, set to close next month. But the real drama is Tara's exploration with Jake. Word from friends is their rekindled spark isn't the dream she imagined. Jake's still the same flaky guy who cheated on her in college. Shocker. Tara's been trying to spin the story online, posting vague quotes about finding yourself and chasing your truth. So I played her game, but smarter. I posted once, "Big news, accepted a job in San Francisco. New doors open when old ones close. Excited for what's next?" The response was wild. Congrats, questions about the move, and, of course, curiosity about Tara. I kept it short. We're done. She wanted to explore other paths, so I'm exploring mine. That flipped the script in our friend group. Watching me handle this calmly while Tara posts cryptic nonsense shifted the vibe. Then came the professional fallout. Tara's freelance gigs rely on referrals. A mutual friend, Sophie, 29, who sent her a lot of clients, met me for coffee. "Tara's saying you're on a growth break, but something's off," she said. I told her about Tara's Jake plan. Sophie was floored. By week's end, several clients delayed projects with Tara, not because I trashed her, but because people don't trust someone who treats commitments so casually. Tara felt the heat. Her texts got desperate. "Why are you telling people about Jake?" "You're ruining me," I replied. "You got your space." "How I use mine isn't your business." Then the kicker. Jake posted a photo of them at the restaurant where Tara and I had our first date. It was like she was trying to rewrite our history with him. The post didn't last long, but it tanked her remaining support. Even her sister texted me, "I'm sorry she's acting like this. You deserve better." The best part? I didn't have to get petty. I just lived my truth while Tara played both sides. She showed up at my office, a mess. Jake was already flirting with others, being his usual unreliable self. "I messed up," she sobbed. "I was scared of forever and thought I needed to see if there was something better. I was wrong. You're the best thing I ever had." I stayed calm. "No, Tara. The best thing was you showing me who you are before we got married." She begged for a second chance, offered therapy, promises. I shook my head. "This isn't about Jake anymore. It's about you thinking I'd wait while you shopped around. That's not love. That's convenience." She left, crushed, but I felt lighter than ever. The house closes soon, my stuff's packed, and San Francisco awaits. Some think I'm too harsh saying everyone makes mistakes, but this wasn't a mistake, it was a choice. Every text to Jake, every lie about her plans, every moment she planned to pause us, those were choices. I'll update after the move. For now, the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting better. And I'm doing just that. This is my final chapter, and I'm thrilled to share where I've landed. San Francisco is incredible. My apartment overlooks the bay, and the tech scene is electric. My new team is sharp, focused on progress, not drama. But let's wrap up what happened back home. The house sold above asking price, closing without a hitch. Tara didn't believe I'd sold it until she drove by and saw the new owners. Then, the plot twist, Jake messaged me. He claimed he never meant to stir trouble, that Tara reached out months before her break idea. She'd been laying the groundwork for her exit strategy for a while. The irony? Jake dumped her, saying, if she could do this to you, she'd do it to anyone. Tara's freelance career took a hit. Most of her clients moved on, not because I spread rumors, but because word travels. A big client even called me saying, "We heard about the engagement. We need designers who stick to commitments. Got any recommendations?" I suggested a talented friend who landed the gig. Karma's funny like that. Tara's social media spiraled, sad quotes about lost love, then angry rants about toxic people, followed by desperate posts about her new design firm. Days later, she was job hunting. Her sister told me Tara's crashing at their parents, claiming she needs to heal from our breakup. "She thought you'd wait," her sister said. "Selling the house and moving shattered her fantasy." The cherry on top, during a video call with old friends, someone mentioned seeing Tara at a cafe, scrambling to explain why her portfolio site was down. Turns out I'd set it up and maintained it. When the hosting expired, she couldn't figure it out. Not my problem anymore. Life here is clicking. I joined a climbing group, started Spanish classes, and adopted a dog, Apollo, who's a better companion than Tara ever was. I even spoke at a tech conference last week, something I wouldn't have done back home. It's wild what you can achieve when you're not carrying someone else's baggage. Tara emailed me, asking for old photos from our shared cloud. I'd already downloaded what I wanted and closed the account. She wrote, "I know you're erasing me, but you can't delete our history." Those years mattered. I replied, "You're right. They taught me what I don't want in a partner. Thanks for that." Some friends think I'm too cold, that I should forgive her. Moment of doubt. But it wasn't a moment. It was a calculated plan to keep me as her safety net. The biggest lesson? The worst moments can lead to the best outcomes. If Tara hadn't shown her true self, I might have married her, only to discover this later, maybe with kids in the picture. Instead, I'm in a vibrant city, with a killer job, new friends, and a bright future, thanks to everyone who followed along and offered support. Your words kept me grounded. To anyone in a similar spot, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't wait for them to change their mind about you. Life's too short to be a backup plan. Walk away, build better, and don't look back. This chapter's closed, and I'm stoked for what's next. Take care, and thanks for everything.